केवल सतगुरु ब्रह्मा विष्णु जगत अपादक ओम श्री महेश्वर मोक्ष उपादक ज्ञानी पुरुष गुरु पूर्णिमा प्रत्यक्ष उज्ज्वल।
अक्रम अंबालालनु पाम्यो ज्ञानयानंद स्वरूप अनुभव पामियो शुद्धात्मा भगवान विश्ववन्द्यते प्रगट पुरुष प्रत्यक्ष प्राणाधार केवल निर्णय निश्चये त्रयकाली नमस्कार निष्कारण करुणा भर्या सद्गुण सर्वोत्कृष्ट प्रज्ञाशक्ति ज्ञान स्मरण स्फुरणामय उत्कृष्ट।
જ્ઞાની પુરુષ ભેદ કરી આપે એટલે પ્રજ્ઞા ઉભી થઈ જાય. એ ટેમ્પરરી પરમાનન્ટ છે. કેવું છે?
ટેમ્પરરી પરમાનન્ટ.
એ ફૂલ લાઈટ આપે સ્વાગત નું. મોક્ષે લઈ જાય તો છોડે નહીં જો ઉત્પન્ન થઈ ગયું તો. અજ્ઞાન ઉભું થાય તો દબાઈને એને સમજણ પાડીને મોક્ષ ભણી લઈ જાય.
વ્યવહારે વંદન કરું સર્વેશ્વર આત્મન નિશ્ચય કોટિ નમન કરું શ્રી દાદા ભગવન.
Dada used to talk about how important Guru Purnima is. You also talked about it yesterday. In His direct presence, all of the grace of the Lord within is bestowed on others, and that too on the day of Guru Purnima. It is something special.
Dada used to say, we are in the completely Vitaraag state. He would say, on the inside, we are always at 360 degrees as Dada Bhagwan in the form of absolute knowledge. But on the outside, our Gnani Bhavo is at 356 degrees. On the outside, 356 degrees. But on the days of Guru Purnima, Janma Jayanti and New Year's, on these 3 days, even our outside part becomes 360 degrees. On these days, our darshan is spectacular. On these days, you don't have to do anything else. There is darshan and bhakti. You get tremendous amount of energies. You get whatever you ask for. We are in full form. And even today, everyone experiences that. During Janma Jayanti or Guru Purnima, there is Dada's live presence and we receive his energies. He is certainly present in the subtle form. Those were his words, that on these 3 days, we are present in the full form. Then at that time there is no, he is completely Vitaraag at 360 degrees. Otherwise, on other days, he is at 356 degrees, meaning he is a Khatpatya Vitaraag. He does Khatpat. For what? Not for the worldly life, but how can he attain moksha? How can I take him to moksha? How can I keep him here in satsang? Yogesh was leaving, so I called him out and made him sit back down. He did come back. So this type of khatpat is there. We scold this person, we tell this person, we tell that person, we tell Ghanshyam, we scold Deepak. Why do we have to scold them? To scold meaning? It is with love, not with abhorrence.
દર અસલ સ્વરૂપે છું, પણ 4 ડિગ્રી જે ખૂટે છે એ મારી પૂરી થઈ નથી. ત્યાં સુધી મારી ઈચ્છા શું છે કે ત્યાં સુધી મને એક ઈચ્છા રહી, કઈ રહી કે આ મને જેવું સુખ પામ્યો છું એવું સુખ લોકો પામો, એટલી ઈચ્છા રહી. એટલે મહાવીર સ્વામી સંપૂર્ણ વિતરાગ કહેવાય. અમને લોકો વિતરાગ કહે છે, મેં ના, અમે ખટપટિયા વિતરાગ. ખટપટિયા એટલે આ ખટપટ કરવા રહ્યા અમે શું, એટલે અમે ખટપટિયા વિતરાગ કહેવાઈએ ફક્ત. શું ખબર પડે? આટલી ઈચ્છા છે, બીજી કોઈ ઈચ્છા નહીં. લોકો કેમ કરી શાંતિને પામે એટલે માટે જ ભેખ લીધેલો છે.
A Gnani's compassion, moreover Dada's compassion, we have all seen it. To the extent that even in the ignorant state, from a young age, he had decided that whoever meets me should at least attain peace. He should benefit from me in some way. Because he was not able to see the miseries of others, so he constantly had this desire, how can they find a way to come out of it?
મેં તો નાનપણમાં એક નિયમ લીધેલો, એક જ નિયમ કે મને જે ભેગા થાય એને નુકસાન ન થવું જોઈએ. શું કહ્યું? અને અવશ્ય કઈનો કઈ ફાયદો થવો જ જોઈએ. જો મને મળ્યાનું ફળ આવું જ હોય, ઊંધું હોય, પછી તમે મળ્યાનું શું અમને લાભ થયો, નુકસાન થયું. શું કહ્યું? એ ના થયું. એ નક્કી કર્યું ને વેપારમાં, ધંધામાં, બધા મને મળ્યો રસ્તે ચલાવ્યું, બીજી રીતે નોકરી પાડી.
And after attaining Gnan, it was at a whole different level. It was then exact. It was for taking people to moksha. Seeing people wandering in the worldly life, he felt, how can they become free? How can they turn towards moksha? For that, he dedicated his entire life. May everyone attain the happiness that I have attained. That's why Dada used to say, every day from 6:30 a.m.
6:30 વાગે ઉઠું છું, તે રાતે 11:11 મારો વિકાલ આવે છે ને, વચ્ચે 2-2.5 કલાક આ લોકો હેલ્પ કરે છે, એટલું સારું છે. કેટલી જગ્યાએ બહાર તાળું મારી દેવું પડે છે, હું સુઈ ગયો છે, કારણ કે લોકો ગળી નહીં બેસે છે. અને હું એલાવ કરું છું એની ટાઈમ એલાવ કરું કે તમને અડચણ હોય તો એની ટાઈમ રાતે 2 વાગે આવજો. શું? કારણ કે તમારા દુઃખો મટવા જોઈએ. અને ઘણા ખરા દુઃખો ઓછા થઈ ગયા. કેટલાય લોકો કહે છે દુઃખ અમને રહ્યું જ નથી. કેટલાક લોકોને દાદા નિરંતર યાદ રહ્યા કરે, બોલો યાદ રહે એટલે સંસાર નડે જ નહીં પછી. અને હું કહું છું લોકોને કે તમારા સર્વસ્વ દુઃખો મને સોંપો અને તમારા સુખો તમારી પાસે રહેવા દો. શું કહ્યું? સર્વસ્વ દુઃખો તમારા મને સોંપી દો, પછી યાદ ના કરો, તમારી પાસે આવે તેની ગેરંટી હું આપું છું. શું કહ્યું?
When does karunyata or unconditional constant compassion manifest? It is right here on the back cover. Dada says, from the moment a human being starts giving happiness to others, dharma begins. When one is not concerned about his own happiness, rather he remains continuously preoccupied with thoughts of how can the difficulties of others be removed, then karunyata begins from that point on. And for Dada, not only did karunyata manifest, but the entire spiritual science manifested, which can liberate hundreds of thousands of people. For the happiness of others, Niruma also had that quality. She didn't think about herself at all. No matter what difficulties she was facing, she was constantly thinking about the people that she came across. How can your difficulties go away? How can people become free from their outer difficulties or worldly difficulties and also from their subtle kashai, anger, pride, deceit, and greed? That was constantly in her awareness, and she would forget about her own difficulties. That's how Vitaraag she was towards herself. When Dada fractured his foot, people would come to ask how he was doing, but Dada would ask them, "How is your grandmother? Are you all happy? How is your grandfather? How is everyone's health?" Dada would know everything about that person's family, what happened to whom, and then he would ask, "How is he doing? How is she doing? Dada, how about you? I'm fine. I am pure soul." He wouldn't even think about himself. On the contrary, he would tell that person, "Do the vidhi." Dada would have him do the vidhi on the same foot that was being raised up by a sling. Dada is facing difficulty. He must be in pain. Dada wouldn't let that person even feel this way. "We are very happy. We don't have any pain. No pain has even arisen." Dada would cheer him up and send him off. Now, if one prevails in this state, if he has this constant inner intent, what is the result of that? Then karunyata begins from that point on.
वर्तरनी इच्छा विना लूटावे मोक्षज लक्ष्मी ओहो करुणा सागर वैज्ञानिक स्वप्नदर्शी परमार्थे सत्संग देता पोतानी सिद्धि खर्ची जग ही ते गाड़ी काया जोताना ठंडी गर्मी.
Dada used to often say, Deepak Bhai's father was very short-tempered. Many times, Deepak Bhai would be busy with Dada's work all day long and not take care of the responsibilities at home. He would go to Niruma's home straight from school, even if he had exams. He would give his exam and come straight here to Dada. Then he would go home around 10 or 11 o'clock at night, study a bit, go for his exam in the morning, and then come back here for satsang. So his father would get very annoyed. What kind of a Gnani is this? But he was also very devoted to Dada. He would listen to Dada and follow the Gnan, but he would get very annoyed by seeing this. He once told Dada, "I curse at you a lot." He would often say, "I curse at you a lot, Dada." His revolutions were very high. Just as quiet as Deepak Bhai was, that is how full of kashai his father was. He had tremendous agitation and anger. His kashai were at their peak. But every time Deepak Bhai's father came to visit Dada, Dada would treat him so lovingly. And he was very straightforward and would say things to Dada. He would tell Dada to his face, "Dada, I have a lot of kashai towards you. I even curse at you. Nevertheless, I don't know what it is, but I still get pulled to you, so I come." Dada would respond, "Feel free to curse at this Ambalal Patel as much as you like, but don't curse at Dada Bhagwan. You can curse at A.M. Patel, there is no problem with that. But Dada Bhagwan is the Lord. He is the Lord of the 14 worlds. Don't curse at him. Keep the two separate. That is more than enough." We have no problem with that. So he would keep the two separate. While cursing, he would keep the two separate. He had a lot of doubts about Dada being a Gnani. Is he really a Gnani? He is misleading my son. But Dada had a lot of compassion towards him. Even if he cursed Dada, Dada would display his liberated smile. He would use a lot of curse words. "Dada, I'm cursing at you this much. You are like this and you are like that." But Dada would lovingly smile and look back at him with compassion. He would laugh and talk and look at him. Dada's compassion was limitless. Even when someone came to curse at him, he would show the same compassion and love.
विपरीत बुद्धिनी शंका ते सुनता गए बीजा दूती छता अमने नथी दंड्या न करिया वेद हूँ तू थी गजब छे आपनी क्षमता विचक्षण समय सूचकता विरोधी कोय सामे पण हसीने दोष ना जोता
તમને ધોલ મારે તો હું કોઈક બેસ બીજી મારીશ વધારે શું ગાળો દે માર મારે જેલમાં પૂરે તો અમે એની પર આશીર્વાદ દર્શાવીએ કે બચારાનું શું થશે. જેને જોવાથી જેને મળવાથી મોક્ષ થાય ત્યાં આગળ આવડી મોટી જોખમદારી લઈએ એટલે જાણીએ કે આ માણસ બહુ જ કાચો છે માટે આને બચાવી લો. શું કહ્યું? એનો બિચાર ભાન નથી તારા એવું કરે ને એટલે બચાવી લઈએ. બહુ મોટી જવાબદારી આવે. જો સહેજે એ કરે તો બહુ મોટી જોખમદારી આવે એટલે અમારે બચાવવું જ પડે ને. એ રીતે સમજણ નથી બિચારાને. ના સમજણ વાળા જ કરે ને.
Sometimes if someone is overdoing it, usually Dada would not scold anyone. He would always be smiling and interacting normally. But during a one-to-one conversation or during a question-answer session, if Dada has given someone a lot of explanation, but that person's own ways are not allowing him to progress, then sometimes Dada would use stern language. Dada would say, we are scolding him, but Pratikraman is going on within. Why does Dada have to talk like this? It is so that the other person lets go of his wrong insistence. And the one who is spoken to with such stern language benefits immensely. He becomes as light as a flower. All his inner garbage gets cleared. Not only that, but he will say, Dada, tell me something more, scold me a little more. Dada will say, do I look like I have nothing better to do? Your merit karma came into fruition and we couldn't help ourselves, so we scolded you. Dada does it out of compassion. It is rare to see such compassion in this era. And it's not for people to attain anything in the worldly life, but it's for people to become free from all unhappiness and to attain moksha. His compassion would only be for that. Otherwise, there are many people in the world who help people financially or in other ways. There are many such people. They are called kind people, but only the one who is the embodiment of compassion can have the desire for doing world salvation, no one else. What is it that obstructs Dada's Gnan from seeping in? It is the tubers. The tubers of anger, pride, deceit and greed. Various kinds of tubers lie within and they don't let the Gnan to seep in. Now, if someone has a tremendous amount of merit karma, then Dada says we operate on him so that the Gnan seeps in. For example, there was a person who had come to Dada. He was a famous scientist and Dada was talking to him about Gnan. But he wasn't able to accept it because he had the ego that I'm very smart, I'm very educated, I'm a scientist. He had come for the very first time. And he had brought with him a huge tuber of pride. So he wasn't ready to accept Dada's talks. Dada had so much compassion, thinking he is a scientist and he is very smart. If he can just understand what I'm saying, then he can get his spiritual work done. So then Dada explained to him a lot, but he still wasn't accepting it and he kept saying random things. So then Dada angrily said, what do you think of yourself? You believe that you're a scientist, but what kind of a scientist are you? You are a fool. That man was like, "What are you saying, Dada? A fool?" Dada said, "Yes, you are nothing but a fool." Now he was a brilliant man, so he immediately concluded that Dada has nothing to do with me. No one would say such a thing. He could just speak nicely and get rid of me. So why is he calling me a fool? And when he saw Dada's face, there was nothing but love and compassion in his eyes. There was no abhorrence at all. So all of this immediately caught his attention and he surrendered. "Dada, you are correct. What you are saying is true. When you called me a fool, all my foolishness went away." That is why Kaviraj has sung,
"मुआ जेने कहे ए तो अजर अमर तपे
जेने कहे तो अजर अमर तपे गाड़ियों जेने खादी ना पूरव ना पापों ने विंधे.
we get to see a live example in Dada. We have read in the scriptures that Lord Buddha had this type of kindness and Lord Mahavir had this type of compassion, but we don't get to see any examples. We hardly know of one or two examples, whereas these are the latest examples of the current times, and they are examples of people like us.
બહુ મહેનત લીધી છે દાદા, બહુ મહેનત લીધી છે. હા, બહુ મહેનત લીધી છે. હા,
જીવો પાછા પડી જાય એને વડીન પર ટેકો લાગી.
હા દાદા,
વડવામાં નુકસાન તો અમને જ થાય ને.
દાદા બધું નુકસાન વેઠીને તમે આપો છો, બધું નુકસાન વેઠીને આપો છો દાદા. હા
મારા પર તો ભાવ ના
દાદા, આ જીવો પામે જ નહીં. નહીં તો આ જીવો એવા છે કે પામે જ નહીં,
ના
પામે જ નહીં દાદા.
બહાર જવું પડે.
ગાળો દઈને એ દાદા ગાંગડું ને તારો દાદા ભ્રાંતિ રસ ઉગાડો. કોમળ શબ્દોથી નથી સમજાતું ત્યારે દાદા પઠણ શબ્દોએ ભલે વાપરો.
When Dada removes the faults of others through his strong words and compassion, at that time he falls short of the state of Syadvad, or that which is accepting of all viewpoints, by 4 degrees. The Tirthankar Lords too have full compassion, so do they not fall short of the state of Syadvad? They do not have the intent to remove anyone's faults, so how do they prove to be more beneficial for the salvation of others? Well, it's like this. Dada said, in this era of the time cycle, absolute knowledge is certainly not going to manifest. So what should we do? If the exam is not going to take place, what should we do? So he guided people, hey, don't go the wrong way, go this way. Whereas the Tirthankar Lords say, we have attained absolute knowledge and now we are definitely going to go to moksha. And they can see how many people will attain moksha and how many won't. They don't interfere with those who are not going to attain it, and those who are going to will certainly attain it. So they remain Vitaraag. Hence, by remaining Vitaraag, complete Syadvad manifests. Whereas Dada would do a bit of katpat. As the exam is not going to take place, why not have fun? So that was his katpat. And his katpat was with compassion. Where we just stopped reading, the next part is this. Dada says, I have committed such demerit karma. In order to push people forward on the path of moksha, I had to alert them. In doing so, some people were hurt. So it can be said that I bound demerit karma for that, as per the worldly language. And I have bound such demerit karma my entire life. And I am ready to face whatever punishment I will be given. But there is no punishment for this. His knowledge obscuring karma and vision obscuring karma will break, and absolute knowledge will manifest. It is actually his compassion, and he may even get the result of becoming a Tirthankar Lord in the future. Such an extraordinary result can come about. Because what is his compassion for? If a person turns around even one living being from worldly life towards the path of moksha, then that person can bind the status as a tirthankar. That is what has been mentioned by the scripture writers, whereas Dada has helped so many. This work of his will continue until the end of the fifth era. Dada says, if you follow only this much, then we will take your responsibility all the way up to moksha. He has said this so many times in this book. Just practice this much. So Dada will have to stay until those people go to moksha. So it is with compassion that he has said all this. And he has stayed back solely for the salvation of people. He has stayed back for so many lifetimes. And he will indeed bring about everyone's salvation. He indeed will. We can see that. Each and every person gets drawn here, and his inner garbage gets destroyed, and he progresses on the path of moksha.
હા શ્રી હોય નહીં કોઈ વખત જ્ઞાની પુરુષ સંપૂર્ણ જ્ઞાની પુરુષ વિતરાગ જ્ઞાની પુરુષ કોઈક વખત હોય અને તે વ્યવહારમાં ના હોય તો વ્યવહાર બહાર હોય સમજ ને એ તીર્થંકરો હતા કેવા પણ તે તો વ્યવહારમાં ના હોય એ તો બસ સાત વાત વાળી જે ઉદય આવ્યું તેટલું જ બોલે શું સમજ ને અને આવું વ્યવહારમાં ગોથેલા ના હોય કે ભાઈ અમુક જગ્યાએ પધરામણી કરીએ કે એવું તેવું કરીએ કે અમુક જગ્યાએ જ્ઞાન આપીએ એવી ખટપટો ના હોય અને આ તો ખટપટિયા વિતરાગ કેવા હા સમજ પડે ને એવું હોય નહીં આ બન્યું એટલે કામ નીકળી જાય લોકોનું કામ નીકળી જાય.
Just like how a school teacher takes the children on a picnic, he makes all 52 children board the bus, and then he checks whether anyone is left behind. He actually checks and confirms. Then he also boards and brings the bus home. He drops off each child to his home, and then at the end he goes to his home. Dada's intent of world salvation is such that he will make sure everyone's spiritual work gets done and then take them forward. As an instrument in the process, his intent will be fulfilled. He will indeed save everyone. He has said, calamities are going to befall the world. But it is our intention to not let any Mahatma face any difficulty. Imagine, even in such bad times, for Mahatmas, and that is indeed why he says not to have any violent intents, don't have contempt, dislike, abhorrence, terrorists are like this and like that, don't think negatively about anyone. If you do that, then Dada will have scope to protect you, the celestial beings will have scope to protect you. So no negative intents. We don't want to harbor any intents for anything happening in this world. Consequently, no one will be able to harass us or put us in difficulty. This verily is his compassion, to protect everyone, and moreover, to have everyone reach moksha. By being subservient to him, even we feel assured that yes, as I have taken his shelter, my moksha will definitely take place. Everyone feels assured.
Without the Gnani's compassion, our progress certainly cannot happen. If the Gnani does not have compassion for us, then how can we progress? We are all worth discarding. But one thing is there for sure. No matter how crazy we are, we have held on to this and we are moving forward thinking this is correct, 100% correct. Whether we can follow it or not, we will be able to become free only through this. Through Dada, through Dada's Gnan, through the Agnas. That's all we have understood. And that too, there is no spiritual effort on our part in this. There must be some merit karma from the past that this link was established. Otherwise, we don't have any understanding. It is all incomplete understanding. What sort of understanding would people in the fifth era have? Dada says that people of this era are like over-ripened cantaloupes. So we deal with them with a lot of care. Dada used to tell all of us. As a matter of fact, we are taking you to moksha out of our need. The need to go to moksha has not even arisen in you, has it? In fact, he even used to say, first he would ask, who has the need to breastfeed a baby? Is it the mother who has the need to breastfeed the baby, or is it the baby who needs it? Ask the women. It is the mother's need. If she doesn't feed the baby and the milk over accumulates, then she will be in pain. So she breastfeeds the baby out of her own need. Similarly, we are wanting to take you to moksha out of our need. This is what Dada said. Imagine the compassion he had. He would say, we have the intense urge to take you to moksha. The Gnani has so much compassion. And towards the end, in 1987, Dada said this. Dada told all of us. At that time, we did not understand, but he gave us an indication. Up until now, we were taking care of you as if you were kittens, but now you have to be like baby monkeys. We didn't know that he was giving us an indication that he is going to leave. We didn't realize that. But he gave us the indication to do Purusharth on our own now.
भग्न अहम ना घावो ऊपर प्रेमल वर्षाधार भग्न अहम ना घावो ऊपर प्रेमल वर्षाधार दृष्टि धावण थी पीवड़ावी ज्ञान सिंचन रसधार दृष्टि धावण थी पीवड़ावी ज्ञान सिंचन रसधार डिप्रेशन ओ गाड़ी था बड़ी हंसता करता कौन डिप्रेशन ओ गाड़ी था बड़ी हंसता करता कौन ते दादा ते दादा ते दादा भगवान.
Dada says, we have cleared all the algae from your pond using a machine. Now day to day, if a little bit forms, keep cleaning it. If you don't do so for 3 months, then the algae will cover your pond again. Gradually, the layer will become so thick that sunlight will not be able to reach the bottom. Imagine, this era is such that veils form. Why is it rare to attain moksha in this era? Because the veils do not get completely destroyed. It is called Kali Yuga, the 5th era. Even Tirthankar lords cannot manifest in this era. People say, they are gone, so forget it. And in such an era, Dada has taken the responsibility for our moksha. Follow our agnas, and if you can't do that, then keep remembering Dada. He has given us incredible protection. So this is immense compassion. Dada says, we have showered tremendous compassion on the living beings of this Kali Yuga. We have given them protection for moksha. Go ahead, we have taken the responsibility for your moksha. Just do not misuse any word that we say. It's not worth lapsing now. Get your spiritual work done. Such an opportunity will not come over and over again. It's okay, it'll happen. Let's see, we'll do it later. Just yesterday, that lady was saying, I'm enjoying myself and putting on weight. I responded, how can that even happen? If there is a lion tied up in front of a goat, then no matter how much grass you give the goat, will the goat become fat? But we forget that there is a lion in front of us. This era is consuming us day and night. Is that any less of a problem? We have to recoup the losses of infinite lives in just one life. So how can we be at ease? Has our spiritual work been accomplished? So we shouldn't be at ease. I'm speaking from my perspective. Because we have brought with us faults that will make us lapse. And we also have the science through which our spiritual work can be accomplished. Both are powerful. The karma are also powerful. We have brought with us powerful karma that can throw us off. And we also have the powerful science which can save us. We have to decide which side we want to remain on. Our science is so powerful that we can succeed. We are the self, and the faults are all temporary. We are permanent. As the self, we can face all this. We have such energy. So why not get our spiritual work done?
Dada Bhagwan Vahala Eva Bharatane Akaram Jeva.
તમારે દોષ કોણ કાઢી આલે તો કોણ નહીં કરી આલે એવો ને એવો આખી જિંદગી થી એવો ને એવો દેખાય
ये कैसे रोकड़ा कया एम के
આ રોકડા આયા તેથી કહું છું કે આ ભગવાન દાદા ભગવાન માં આયા છે તે પ્રગટ રોકડા થી સીધે કેશ બેંક ઓફ યોર સોલ્યુશન જે માગો એ મળે એવું છે. This is the cash bank.
આ અંદર પ્રગટ થયા છે એ
આ મહિમા પ્રગટ થયા છે ને, એ પ્રગટ થયા છે, એ મહાવીર છે, એ કૃષ્ણ છે. જે જોઈતું એ જ માગી લેજો.
સંગમેશ્વર વહાલા એવા ઉપમાના પૂર્ણ અર્ક જેવા આશ્ચર્ય જ્ઞાની વહાલા એવા જ્ઞાનાનંત પૂર્ણાર્ક જેવા દાદા ભગવાન વહાલા એવા મૂર્તામૂર્ત પરમાત્મા છે આ મૂર્તામૂર્ત પરમાત્મા છે આ મૂર્તામૂર્ત પરમાત્મા છે આ.
Questioner. And what is more is that the giver is sitting here, so it is worth asking for. Dadashri. Yes. We are ready to give whatever you ask for. We can make you like us within an hour. That is the guarantee we have given. We have said everything. Have we not given such a guarantee? We have been giving this guarantee for so many years. We can make you like us in 1 hour, but your readiness is needed.
There's a nice point of Dada's here. We have been giving this guarantee for so many years. We can make you like us in 1 hour, but your readiness is needed. So let's ask for energy. Dada, make us like you. Dada had said, if you touch your forehead to the Lord's feet and ask for energy every day, then those energies will manifest in 5 years. He had said this many years ago, so we should definitely ask for energy.
In every matter, ask Dada for the energy. In every matter, continue asking for energy and get it. We have much more energy than you can even ask for.
Yes, the other science that is at work is his purity. Dada says, we do not have a single parmanu of sexuality. We do not have a single parmanu of pride. Anger, greed, minus, attachment, and abhorrence have ended. There is Vitaraagta, compassion, pure love. So the more we make a connection with him and ask for energies, the more our veils will break and those energies will manifest in us. So it is scientific. And since he has become pure, we can get whatever we ask for. That is also a rule.
He is capable of putting the entire world on the right track. Every statement of his is a scripture. He is a complete non-doer. Yet his toe is a stream of infinite energy. His toe is a stream of infinite energy.
Je nama je shakti khutti lagi vidhi ma paramanu chhati je deta kho khana spandano bhasamathaashe amajhamungi ashisho deta kevada prema jivati murti.
Jai Sachidanand. Today, on the occasion of Dada Bhagwan's Guru Purnima, our special message is to see pride, to see pride as separate through Jnana. If the tuber of pride dissolves, then the level of experience in Jnana will increase manifold. Even Kruparudev has said, if it were not for pride, moksha should be attained right here. So this year, we will do the Purusharth of dissolving the tuber of pride with Jagriti or awakened awareness. As such, we feel that there is a tuber of pride within us, but then we do not focus on it with Jagriti. Instead, it becomes veiled or we end up protecting it. We do feel that there is a tuber of pride within us, but how should we actually maintain Jagriti over it? Firstly, we should recognize how the tuber of pride is harassing us. If something trivial happens, or if we just feel that they are not giving me any response, they rejected my point, or if someone points out our mistake, then we go into suffering. We feel insulted in the smallest of matters. All of this is the tuber of pride. Really speaking, having hunger for pride is considered a big tuber. If it's a small tuber, then if someone talks to us nicely, we feel good. And if they don't, then we don't feel anything. But the moment we start feeling hurt due to insults, understand that the tuber of pride has become bigger. So we feel afraid of being insulted. I shouldn't be insulted. No one should insult me. If we simply come to know that our proposal is going to get rejected, we avoid going there. We tell the other person, you go meet them, I'm not coming. We begin to feel insulted. So when we start to feel afraid of insults, know that the tuber of pride has become bigger. And when can we say that the tuber of pride has become even bigger? When we see negatives of others for no reason at all. We believe that we are something special, and then wherever we go, oh, this person doesn't know how to do this. He doesn't understand. He has no skills. Why are you encouraging him? He has no capabilities. So when we see negatives of others all the time, then understand that the tuber of pride is dominating. Some even claim, I don't need any respect. I don't even like respect. It feels burdensome to me. However, he has an immense hunger for respect. He keeps a watch on everyone. How much respect am I getting? How much do people value me? How much do they listen to me? He is focused only on that. Moreover, he will say, I don't care about respect. But in reality, no matter how much respect he is given, he will always be hungry for more. No one understands me. No one cares about me. No one values me. I have come from so far away, so they should show me a little respect. This remains in his mind. No one is giving me respect. No one is able to understand me. But the truth is, his hunger for pride is insatiable. So we should recognize this fault. The fact that these effects are arising means it is a form of pride. How can pride be dissolved? By seeing positives of others, by appreciating the positives of others. If we keep on seeing negatives, that itself is the disease of pride. If we see faults of anyone, negatives of anyone, understand that it is the disease of pride that is arisen. If our pride is fed, then we will feel very happy. We will see positives of everyone. And if our pride isn't fed, then we will see negatives of everyone. Actually, this is what we need to catch a hold of. Why did these effects arise within? Why am I seeing faults of others? Therefore, realize that this is the tuber of pride and turn back. Become humble and see the positives. Then the tuber of pride will dissolve. So our Purusharth should be to dissolve the tuber of pride. We don't want to feed our pride or protect it. But if we remain aware, then gradually it will empty out and we will win. Furthermore, some people feel, I don't have any pride. I remain in Jnana all day long. But at the slightest opportunity, he jumps in to make an impression. Hey, don't do this. This is how it has to be done. I know Dada Bhagwan's. This is how it has been from the beginning. As if he is the only one. He wants to take over everything and make an impression. The Jagrati that should remain for us is, this pride is interfering. It is considering others as inferior. It is afraid of insults. So recognize this tuber of pride. We want to maintain Jagrati over it. Otherwise, deceit in pride is such that it will not even let us realize that we have a tuber of pride. We feel, yes, it is there, but I am mindful of it. However, the veils are such that we don't have any Jagrati whatsoever. So the tuber of pride cannot be identified directly, but wherever we are insulted, focus on that. Oh, why was I affected? Someone may say, "You're wrong, you shouldn't be doing this." We feel, "He called me wrong?" We feel intense burning within and suffering begins. So understand that my tuber of "I am correct, I am smart" has bothered me. In this way, turn back. Here, use the key that Dada had given Niruma. The one who respects you is dangerous, and the one who insults you is beneficial. Use this key. He insulted me, so he is my benefactor. I wasn't able to find my tuber of pride, but because I was affected, I found it. I want to dissolve this tuber of pride. We will have to do the Purusharth and go at it, that I indeed want to break this tuber of pride. And if we spend one lifetime emptying out our tuber of pride, if pride comes to an end, then moksha can be experienced right here. The more the pride dissolves, the more the experience of the self will increase. And when all the phases of pride come to an end, we will be able to attain the clear and distinct experience of the self. There is the pride of being special, of being right, of getting one's way. The more the pride of being special, the more the pride of getting one's way. And when he doesn't get his way, then he will say, "You finish it off. You're not able to understand me." The smallest things upset him. In the end, he will resign, saying, "I won't do this work. I want to quit this department." But he is protecting his tuber of pride and creating divisiveness with people. He will have to break this tuber of pride sooner or later. So we want to remain aware here. Why did it bother me? Why did I even get affected? Why did the insult affect me? To dissolve pride, we will take the second step. The first step is to dissolve the insult through Jnana. Win over the insults. Dada says, what is the easiest way to dissolve the tuber of pride? If you can learn to digest insults, then the tuber of pride will automatically dissolve. So this is where we want to remain aware. Keep digesting insults. Or if we are insulted, then think of the one insulting us as our benefactor. Consider the one insulting us as beneficial. But it's only when we first recognize that this is the tuber of pride that we will be able to do the Purusharth of dissolving it. In some cases, the tuber of pride gets so big that a person remains in an imaginary world of respect. I will go there and everyone will welcome me. I'll tell them, I'm an ordinary person, don't give me so much respect. In this manner, he will spend hours imagining respect, so the tuber of pride has become even bigger. As the tuber becomes bigger, he continues to live in an imaginary world. Then he imagines himself indulging in a lot of pride, and he also imagines himself being insulted, and he goes into tremendous suffering. So this tuber of pride is very dangerous. He may claim, I don't want anything from anyone. I'm doing this as a service to others. But he needs to be given respect worth 25,000. Instead, it is cheaper to hire someone for 15,000. So he asks for respect, thinking, I should indeed get it. But he claims, I don't care about respect at all. I just want to humbly serve others. But he has an extreme inclination for respect. This is where we want to keep Jagrati. We want to win over pride through Jnana. Firstly, we want to recognize that this is the tuber of pride. Then we want to understand what kind of pride it is. Is it the pride of being special, or of being right, or of being good, or of being talented? What kind of pride is it? Recognize that, and then remain aware against it. If it is the pride of being talented and we are not called on, then think, it's good that they didn't call me. My tuber of pride is dissolving. To break our pride of being special, we need to remain vigilant. I don't want to indulge in pride. I don't want to show off to others. I don't want to prove to others that I am special. I want to turn back from it and break this tuber. If we don't get respect, then be happy. My tuber is breaking. If we are insulted, then be happy. What does Akram Vignan teach us? The one who gets respect is Chandubai. I am not him. The one who gets insulted is also Chandubai. I am not him. This is the ultimate Jagrati. If this prevails, then we are certainly free. And there is no choice but to finish the karmic account of respect that we have brought with us. We also have no choice but to finish the karmic account of insult that we have brought with us. But while finishing those karma, we want to remain in Jnana. Then we will win. And we will have to achieve this in one lifetime or another. So why not today? So this is the Purusharth. And this tuber of pride is indeed present in men and women. But if greed and illusory attachment seep into that pride, I want more respect, I want to enjoy even more, then backbiting and negativity will start. One will keep talking about how I am good and how others are bad. So this is also a form of pride. So recognize these forms of pride, and to recognize them is the highest jnana. We want to see pride through jnana. We want to scientifically keep it separate and then technically divide it. And to help divide it, Dada's speech is the biggest support. There are lots of satsangs on the topic of pride and insult. There are lots of Dadavani magazines as well. There's Aptavani 9. There are lots of satsangs by Niruma on how to apply jnana in situations of respect and insult. Let's remain in Jagriti, and this year, let's initiate strong Purusharth to dissolve the tuber of pride. Jai Sachidanand. Let's do the Vidhi. Everyone please repeat. I surrender my mind, speech and body, all illusions related to my name, charge karma, subtle discharge karma, and gross discharge karma at the lotus feet of Dada Bhagwan.
Shuddhatma chu, Shuddhatma chu.
Shuddhatma chu, 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 Shuddhatma chu.
Jai Sachidanand. Jai Sachidanand to all Mahatmas.
Jai Sachidanand. प्रकृति थी पार उतारी पुरुष बनाव्या दादाए रे परमानंदी जाहो जलाली माणे हर एक महात्मा रे
अमूल्य जेणे पाप्यो तेणे जीवन आपु समर्पण रे
जग कल्याणी दादा मिशन मा मन वच काया अर्पण रे अवसर आव्यो आनंद नो प्रत्यक्ष ज्ञानी ना सत्संग नो आवो सहु साथे उजविए आजे उत्सव गुरु पूनम नो बोलो जय दादा भगवान जय जय दादा भगवान बोलो जय दादा भगवान जय जय दादा भगवान बोलो जय दादा भगवान जय जय दादा भगवान बोलो जय दादा भगवान दादा भगवान ना असीम जय जयकार हो दादा